Hello there, and thanks for joining me. I'm digital artist Aaron Rutten, and in this video, I'm going to discuss my artistic process. So this will just be a general overview of my artistic process. When I'm going to do a painting, where do I start and where do I end? What are the steps I go through to develop a painting conceptually? So the first step is to have free time to just sit there and think and come up with ideas, get inspiration, and get motivated to make a painting. It takes time to do that, and generally I do that in my free time in between when I'm doing other things. And while I'm sitting around thinking, I'm observing, I'm open to ideas, I'm thinking about combining different ideas together and thinking deeply about things, and keeping and storing all those things in my imagination so that I can draw from them later. Next is the phase where I start to conceptualize my idea and form it into something like a story or an image. What I do is I build it inside my mind first before I put it on my canvas, and that helps me really work out the general idea of what I want. I don't have to know all the absolute details, I can develop those as I go along, but you do have to be able to see it inside your head before you can actually make it real. Sometimes it might be helpful to decide whether I'm going to draw something from a reference, or whether I'm going to draw from imagination, or whether or not I'm going to do both, and having a good idea of that will really help you kind of start to choose a direction for what you're going to paint. If you're having trouble really focusing on the details for something, whether it's something in your imagination or something from reference, it's helpful to deconstruct it and break it down into its fundamental parts. What shape is it? What color is it? What's the texture? What's the form of the object? And taking something and deconstructing it and understanding its fundamental properties will really help you to be able to draw that from imagination or even to draw from reference, because you'll know every single intricate detail. You'll know why a hand looks like a hand because you've studied skin and muscles and bone. And then once you have your rough idea, then you can take it and you can start refining it into a more detailed concept. Maybe there's details you need to add, like characters or background or clothing colors or time of day. And think about as many different details as you can, because the more details you add to the piece, the more that piece is going to seem like it's a story that people can get into and understand. It'll keep people looking at your painting much longer if it has a lot going on in it. And then finally, once you have the inspiration and the observations and the general idea and the details, then you can execute your piece. You can begin to put it on canvas. You can start with your composition phase and decide, where do I want things? How big do I want them to be? How do I want them spaced out? And then you can start sketching. As you're sketching, you can start building things and rearranging them and getting them to look the way you want. Once you're happy with your sketch, then you can start to do your painting. And at that point, it's just a matter of adding to your painting until you're satisfied with how it looks. And then you're finished. So there you go, that's an overview of my artistic process, how I begin and end a painting. If you found this information helpful, take a quick second to like this video. And if you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. I have a lot more digital art videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.